We are back, Peanut Gallery Elimination Chamber.
In Germany, it's called No Escape. So if you're listening to this in Germany, it is not called the Elimination Chamber. It's called the Happy Fun Times No Escape Chamber.
Now, just keep in mind that the Elimination Chamber has a different connotation in Nazi land. Anyway, so they had...
Wow, why do you talk about Alabama like that?
Wow! Anyway.
And we lose all of our fans from Alabama.
All of the 3. Because I'm not sure if they can find the internet. Well, according to Biden, blacks and Mexicans don't know how to use the internet.
Anyway, step away from that one.
And demonetized.
Demonetized.
Nah. If you're new, we're jokesters. We do that shit. And also, we don't censor ourselves because we're not lame. Ow, son of a goddamn bitch.
Why don't you, put that trash can on the floor?
I have a trash can that's sitting on my table, and I keep hitting it with my hand. Anyway, so Keith Lee was pulled from the event.
Right.
It is an injury. Uh-huh. He is injured. We're not sure what it is, but he is injured.
Fine.
So, they had a fatal 4-way match. It's Mustafa Ali, John Morrison, Ricochet, and Elias. And the winner takes Keith Lee's spot in the triple threat match in the United States Champion. Number 1, great competitors for this match.
Yes.
Number 2, I like a pre-show match that means something. Give me more of this, but promote it, and people might watch the pre-show. Right. And number 3, this was a very good match.
It was.
The great storytelling, except for Retribution, and of course... John Morrison rolled up Mustafa Ali, pinned him, made the entire team look like a bunch of jackasses, right. And I find it just amazing. So, John Morrison replaced Keith Lee in the triple threat match, but it was a very good match.
It was.
Ricochet looked great, Elias was there, and I thought he did very well, and Mustafa is a very good wrestler, whatever.
He's a very good pin eater.
He is. So... Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so we're going to go into the regular show, and we're going to start off strong. Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro. Elimination Chamber match, and the winner faced Roman Reigns for the Universal Chamber later that night, which was immediately. So, Cesaro and Daniel Bryan start out, and of course, it's Daniel Bryan and Cesaro, so you're going to have a good, amazing match where... Cesaro is just, grabbing the flying grown men who are, 220 pounds, 190 pounds, like they're nothing.
Right.
Which is just amazing.
So anyways, let's talk about the order of the people that came out.
Yes.
That got out of the pods.
Right. Out of the pods, and then we're also going to do the eliminations in that same order.
Okay.
King Corbin was the next person to come out.
Okay.
Sami Zayn came out next, and Sami Zayn was really the MVP of this show. He was funny, very witty. I thought he was clever at times. It was wonderful. Between that, there was a sharpshooter on King Corbin who really actually held his own, I thought. Yeah. And he was the first one eliminated. Yep. Kevin Owens came out next. Then Jey Uso came out next. So Jey Uso was the last one. It was a while before the next elimination after King Corbin, though. There was a stunner on Sami Zayn for him to be eliminated.
By Kevin Owens. Then Uso splash on Kevin Owens to eliminate him. Which was really shocking.
Right, we thought that, it was going to be Kevin Owens.
Right.
But I like Jey Uso's use of the door, so... Kevin Owens' arm was trapped in the door. Jey Uso slammed it a couple of times, trapped him, super kicked him a bunch of times, then hit the splash. So it still made Kevin Owens look really freaking good. Then there was a splash on Cesaro to get him eliminated. And this is where I got really pissed off. I kind of went off on my Twitter. Also, follow me. It's Tiger High. I am Tiger Trump. Follow Peanut Gallery. He doesn't tweet a whole lot. Anyway, Cesaro should have won this match, but that's here nor there. But it was a running knee by Daniel Bryan on Jey Uso to win the match. This was a great match.
It was.
This was probably one of my favorite chamber matches that I've seen in a really long time. It's just it was paced super nice too. not too much going on.
Right.
Just enough stimuli. Obviously, there's a lot of great experience in here.
Right.
And Daniel Bryan, obviously exhausted because he started, and he took a lot of punishment. Roman Reigns comes out, and we have our Universal Champion match. Roman Reigns got caught in a yes lock, but he got out of it, beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan, put the guillotine on, choked him out. Edge spears Reigns after the match. It's official. It's going to be Edge and Roman Reigns for the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. I cannot be more excited about that.
That's just tremendous.
It's a great match, and it's much better than Roman Reigns and Goldberg.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy. It was a really quick match. It was a quick Universal title match. Whatever. Anyway, Bobby Lashley, Riddle, John Morrison, triple threat match for the United States Champion. I loved this match.
It was a good match.
John Morrison looked awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bobby Lashley looked like a monster.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have that picture of Riddle after he was he was caught and thrown over his head, and Riddle's face was amazing, so I do have that picture, and I'll be using it quite frequently.
It's a memeable picture.
It's a very memeable picture. Bobby Lashley just looked like a killer, though.
Yeah.
And Riddle did really good. Everybody just did great in this match. And it was a Bro Derek on John Morrison to win. So Riddle is the United States Champion. And with our rule, when a competitor has to be changed out, the prediction is null because that's not what we predicted on.
Although Tiger Height got the
Riddle won, so I would have won anyway. But that's a rule that we have established for the Majestic Champion.
Right.
Because, Morrison was not supposed to be in this match. But it was a really, really good triple threat match. And I was very happy. I was very happy with everything in this match. Nobody looked weak. Everybody looked great. Anyway, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. And, what's his name? Reginald.
Yes.
Reginald came out, was going to pour some champagne for Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair for number one, why, and number two, why then? The match was still going on.
And number three, why? Why, Reginald? Why? I'm just so confused about it.
Right, I don't understand it, but the match was, and
it was definitely the weakest match of the night.
Most certainly. Look at the competition that they had. Wonderful matches. And Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax did win. I was surprised about that one.
I was surprised.
And Bianca Belair has not confirmed the Sasha Banks match, but we know it's Sasha Banks. Just announce the match already.
Yeah.
Anyway, finally we're to the main event. I know it was actually a fairly quick show. I was very happy about this. Well, kind of. Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton in the second Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Champion.
Ooh, this was a nice match.
This was an awesome match, once again. McIntyre, so it started off with Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, thank you. Drew McIntyre came in first, which I thought was interesting. Kofi came in next. He rolled up Randy Orton to pin Randy Orton.
Randy Orton was the first one eliminated, which I was shocked about.
I was too. Obviously, Randy Orton RKO'd everybody.
Yep.
And so AJ Styles was getting impatient. So Omos took off the back of the pod's plexiglass, like literally ripped it off.
And I knew that pod was rigged with something because when during the first Elimination Chamber match, kind of saw it flop.
Oh, so did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I did see that flop. So it's like that thing is rigged for something.
Okay.
So someone's gonna take it off really easily.
I see. I didn't see that. So I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. It was a cool visual though. I didn't see that.
It was a nice visual, but yeah, no, that was rigged to come off easily.
Oh, okay.
Like it was held with Velcro or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so AJ Styles got into the match fairly early. And obviously, Sheamus was the last one to come in because he won the gauntlet match last week on Raw. It was a bro kick on Kofi to eliminate him. There was wonderful stuff in this match, too.
Kofi, there were a lot of great spots. Kofi did a wonderful spot. Kofi looked strong.
Right. It was a Claymore to eliminate Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was in there a lot longer than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I thought he would have been like the first one to go.
Right. But he did very well.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal forearm on Sheamus to pin him. And finally, AJ Styles tried to go for a phenomenal forearm, but McIntyre somehow kicked up his body above his head, it almost made it look like a backflip.
Right.
And Claymored AJ Styles. Literally, the contact was when AJ Styles was in mid-air.
Yeah, it was. So, anyway.
Drew McIntyre won. What a fucking match.
But we knew it wasn't over.
No.
What happened after the match?
Bobby Lashley attacks Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
Destroys him everywhere. The Miz comes out.
He applies the
Hurt Lock.
The Hurt Lock or Full Nelson.
Right. It's a Hurt Lock Full Nelson, and then hits him with a slam. Miz comes out and cashes in. McIntyre fights as much as he can. This is for the WWE Champion, by the way. Drew McIntyre, Miz. Miz hits skull-crushing finale and wins. Miz.
We end the night with The Miz as the WWE Champion.
I was... So...
You can tell that he's just he's still processing it.
Now, this is a swerve that I did not expect. This was awesome.
Last WrestleMania season.
Oh, yes. I don't know what they're going to do, but to be honest with you, I'll probably see what they're going to be doing with The Miz on Raw. This is what they needed. This is the kind of surprise that people love.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the end of Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
What a great fucking show.
Match of the night and star rating.
My star rating is a 4.5 out of 5. I loved this show.
Okay.
It was just that good. WWE blew me away. I did not expect it. I thought it was just great. And my match of the night, honestly, was the first Elimination Chamber match. It was a SmackDown Elimination Chamber match.
Okay. Well, I'm going to agree with you on the match of the night, but I'm going to give it a 3.5 star rating. Not a 4.5 star. It was good, but I've seen better. For WWE, it was pretty good. But
I will say, for as long of a time as I saw, a good mediocre show where they pull one of these shows off,
but there were a lot of small things that were okay.
There were a couple of small things, but I did not really see it as a detriment to the overall flow of the show. There were a couple of things, some of their videos were kind of weird, but I think really more it's just an orientation issue,
maybe
more than a actual this thing sucks issue.
Right.
Every match meant something.
Right.
Everything just made sense.
Right.
And when they had to change something on the fly, it was still a very, very good match.
Okay.
So that's why I gave it a little more of if maybe a couple of matches were changed around orientation-wise, this could have been a perfect show.
All right, so what are we discussing next weekend?
So next weekend, obviously our general stuff, news, Bible study, and wrestling lesson, but then also we're going to be doing both nights of Castle Attack.
Yes.
And that's Saturday and Sunday night.
Right.
So we'll have the show later.
Yep.
But thank you all for listening. If you did enjoy it, remember to subscribe wherever you're watching this, share it with your friends. Join us on all of our social medias, and as always, be
majestic.